After watching Jurassic World Rebirth, seeing the D-Rex on screen was definitely awesome. I mean, its whole head was as big as a helicopter, but they did not explain too much about the mutants. Now, the D-Rex was definitely hyped, to not maybe be a threat, but there definitely should have been more lore behind this mutant. Now, we know that the D-Rex is a failed attempt at making a hybrid. Now, we all originally thought it was a failed attempt at making a T-Rex, but with it literally says D-Rex, Mutadon hybrid, and then they fail D-Rex hybrid. So they're trying to make hybrids for Jurassic World, and also Martin Krebs says this was their first attempt at crossbreeding two species. So we know it's definitely a failed attempt at a hybrid. But that is the only real lore we get, and the beginning sequence where it says 17 years ago, and it shows the D-Rex in the lab and all that. That's the only really lore you get. And then after, were the gas station scene with the Mutadons, the D-Rex just appears there. I mean, yeah, it looks cool when the D-Rex appears. There's really nice visual effects, but it wasn't explained well. I mean, the gas station scene, I feel should have been shortened or either cut. Cut so we can get the characters exploring the lab, finding out information about the D-Rex, seeing what InGen was up to, make it sort of like a, not horror scene, obviously, because there's nothing really going on other than the characters exploring, like maybe documents, papers, maybe like it could say Scorpius Rex attempt or something, and that maybe the D-Rex was a failed attempt at trying to make the Scorpius Rex hybrid. Whatever hybrid the D-Rex was, they could have just had documents and stuff and paperwork scattered around the abandoned lab, and then the characters pick them up and look at them, and then when the D-Rex finally appears, the characters actually are scared and horrified by the D-Rex because they've read all this information and stuff about what the D-Rex is and all that. But no, that didn't happen. The D-Rex just kind of appears after the gas station scene. It looks cool, and then it just appears, and then Martin Krebs dies, and then the D-Rex just goes into the water, and then gets led off by the light, and then roars, and then goes. So it doesn't really do much. Yeah, it was really cool to see. I would probably give the D-Rex maybe a 7 out of 10 in this movie, but there could have been way more lore behind the D-Rex. The whole gas station scene in my opinion, should have been scrapped for the lab scene, or just more, or they could have just found a piece of paper or something with the wind blowing a piece of paper where it says all the D-Rex information and stuff. I really wanted the characters to just get scared by the D-Rex or have some information about the D-Rex. The only information we got was it was an attempt at crossbreeding two species. So yeah, that's just my opinion about the D-Rex. There's so many more videos to come about the Rebirth, the salamanders, the background species. I'm just trying to get all my opinions and thoughts out there. It's eating me alive, the thoughts. I need to get them all out there. Anyway, this definitely was a bit of a short video. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about the mutants. Now, definitely it could have been handled worse, but the mutants just needed way more lore, and I really wanted them to have more backstory. We got kind of a backstory, but I wanted more. Like, what was the hybrid they were trying to make? What was InGen doing? What was the D-Rex's strengths, and did it have any hidden abilities or something? Just they should have explored that a bit more within the movie. But we know we're probably going to get a sequel, and if we did get a sequel, I want them to more lore about the D-Rex. Go back to the lab, the 17 years ago lab scene, and explain, have more lore, or just have it after the 17 years after the lab scene, have it in present day, them on the island exploring the D-Rex, or just something like that. In fact, they shouldn't do that for a sequel. They should have done that in the actual movie. I would like to see in a sequel maybe the snake thing that we saw in Rebirth, or just maybe some more hidden species and stuff. We know InGen were up to so much on Isla St. Hubert. I believe Isla St. Hubert, yes, the island. They were up to so much. We have prehistoric salamanders, an Uroganathus, some prehistoric snake, or squid, or whatever you want to call it. The D-Rex, the mutants. InGen were up to so much on that island, and it was all kind of wasted. And don't get me started about the Spinosauruses. It took 2001 to get the Spinosaurus back. It was cool. No land scene, and the sea scene was way too long. But that's all for another video. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.